Hello everybody, welcome back to the James Allcott channel. And Jude Bellingham, I can't wait to say it, Jude Bellingham is in the England squad. Just wanted to react to this quickly and kind of give you a bit of a feel of what he might bring to this England squad, because what gets me really excited is generally major tournaments and England being in major tournaments and England maybe doing something in those major tournaments. And we are getting to a situation now where we've got so much depth in this England squad that I think we can get legitimately excited. And Jude Bellingham, as a 17-year-old, is a massive part of that. And I'm so excited that he is about to be a part of this England squad and to see what he can do for England, because he offers something that's so different to anyone else that we've got right now. I mean, look, there are a couple of players missing, and that's why he's got himself into the squad. I think other people are ahead of him in the queue because he's not played that amount of games. But in the Championship last season, he was really, really impressive. He's gone to Borussia Dortmund and he's done really well there as well. You know, for him to be so young, but to be starting games in the Champions League, to be starting games in the Bundesliga as well. Like, let me show you here right now. Already, he's started 4 games. He's played in 9, playing in that central midfield role, or he can play as a DMC as well. But he's actually got real versatility. But I think because the jump in standard, the jump in level when it comes to going to the Bundesliga has meant that he's playing in those roles at the moment, because that sort of sticks to his strengths the most as someone who's 17 years old. But Jude Bellingham is in the squad, and the reason I want to highlight this is because watch the games this week. Because if history's something to go by, there are always 1 or 2 players that kind of come through as the sort of tournament is getting closer and closer and make their mark on world football. And it's one of the most exciting things that you get to see. Be it like sort of Michael Owen or Wayne Rooney in the past. I think Raheem Sterling, as it 2014, was a really disappointing tournament, but he was really exciting part of it. Even like when it doesn't work, like Theo Walcott. I was like, hang on a minute, 17-year-old, this guy's fire. So it's one of the exciting things to see in football. And Jude Bellingham, I think, is one that won't disappoint, because as a player, I think, like I say, I think he brings something that I'm not sure Declan Rice has the same kind of driving ability with the ball, or Henderson is more of a, sits there and passes the ball. So he's going to offer something really, really different into that midfield. James Ward-Prowse comes out because he's pulled his hamstring, which is a bit of a shame. But I'm just intrigued to know from you guys what you think in the comments about Jude Bellingham and where his sort of career is heading. Birmingham have already retired the number on his back, which we'll try and stay away from laughing at. But the reason they've done that is because they see him going on to be a frightening player in world football. That's why Borussia Dortmund has spent that kind of money on a player that's not been playing in the top league. And that's the reason why Man United were looking for him as well. And so what are the reasons behind that? And what will he bring to this England squad? Because I've looked at some of the stats here, and I think there's just, from his first season, I think it just highlights the strengths that he has. And the big word that I keep coming back to is it's anticipation. If you ever look at the game so far in the Bundesliga, Jude Bellingham right up the top when it comes to the sort of success rate of his tackles and pressures that he's trying to do, in particular in that midfield area of the pitch. That's where he's concentrating on at the moment, which is understandable. A bit like Axel Witsel in terms of playing that sort of ball-winning midfielder. He's a box-to-box midfielder. I know I'm using Football Manager analogies again, but he is kind of a bit of everything. That's, I think, why people were so excited about him. It's because he can do it all, really. And, the guy's, 5'11", I think. He's quite a tall guy. You can see him getting built out as time goes on as well. And remember, again, he is just so young. But he's won more tackles than any player in that Borussia Dortmund team right now. And they've had a solid start to the season as well. The other thing, I think, when it comes to this anticipation, is that you can see that he has been dribbled past more than anyone else. But that's because he's trying to kind of nick the ball and win those passes. And with those long legs that he's got, he's able to do that for any team that he plays for, and then he's able to start attacks. The thing that makes me so excited about him as a midfielder is the fact that if you've got that anticipation, but then you've also got the physical attributes to either get yourself out of trouble or to create an attack, to start an attack, to take players out of the game, that's when you've really got a player. And let's go back to those stats, because his dribbling stats are really interesting as well. 9 successful dribbles, and that's it. That's what you're going to see. For those of you who haven't been able to see that much of Jude Bellingham, He is sort of combative. He plays on the front foot. He looks to sort of anticipate and win the ball, but also his ability to get his foot on the ball and take players out of the game with his dribbling ability is something that we don't have in this England squad right now. And I'm intrigued to see over the next few games, that's if Southgate gives him a chance. That's a question for the comments. If you're Southgate, do you start him in any of these games? Do you give him a friendly? Because I think he'll become the third youngest ever England player if he starts one of these games. But do you give him that opportunity? Is it a little bit too much too soon? He's only just moved there, or is it time to kind of plant that seed in the minds of the nation to give us a kind of a new hero? This is all a lot of hyperbole. I understand that, but this guy at 17 years of age is really exciting, and it might not be for this tournament. It might be too soon for him to really put him at the front of it all, but he does offer something different. And he is one for the future. And I'm really, really excited that he's got a call up because I think he's only going to get better. He's only going to get stronger. And he's already very physically impressive in the middle of midfield already. You know, to have a player that can do both, that can dribble with the ball, but can also go and make tackles, I think is huge. Look, offensively, he can get a little bit better, but I think we've already got those kind of players in the England squad. We don't need to worry about that with him. I think he's a great kind of... he's a great middleman in terms of, say, having a guy who sits, be it Declan Rice or Jordan Henderson, and then that guy in between who can do both, and then that Grealish or whoever it might be, Mason Mount, Foden, as that third player to have that attacking freedom. So I'm just really excited about it. I think Jude Bellingham should be delighted that he's got himself in there. He's obviously made the right move going to Dortmund because he's playing games and he's getting recognised. And it's an exciting thing for England fans as well, because that's just another player adding to the depth, giving him some experience, put him in the picture as well, and adding even more competition to this England squad as we sort of make our way towards the Euros, because it's, you know, sooner or later it's going to happen, right? So let me know what you think about Jude Bellingham. Do you think he's going right to the top, or am I getting carried away? Let me know in the comments below. Obviously, again, look, it's right at the start of his career, so let's take a second. But there's no reason why we can't get excited as well. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Hit that like button, subscribe to this channel, and I'll see you next time.